Welcome to the official catch-up. Today I've got Fraser Morton of Gala Fairydean Rovers. How are you doing, Fraser?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, doing well. I went for my first shop of the lockdown today. It was actually not
Yeah.
bad. I was fearing the worst, to be honest, but it was actually quite civil. All the lines were drawn out for the obviously the social distancing.
That's it. Got to keep your distance.
Yeah. In terms of yourself, mate, what have you been up to? Have you been keeping busy? Are you obviously you'll still be doing a bit of exercise and whatnot?
Yeah, I'm getting out for my exercise. My job's quite active as well, and I've still got lots of uni work, so everything's pretty normal for me. Just no football.
Yeah, yeah, and is it different for a goalkeeper? I think you're the first keeper we've had on. I guess are you hitting the ball against the wall, sort of thing, and diving in the garden?
Nah, nothing like that yet. We'll see though. I don't know what this isolation will do to me.
I spoke to Aidan Kerr of Dalbeattie, and I believe you're from that sort of region, Dumfries and Galloway.
Yeah. I think Aidan was maybe 2 years below me at kind of the south when we were younger.
Yeah, and one of the things I actually asked him was it difficult, more difficult for the likes of yourself in that region to maybe get access to football. I know you were obviously at Queen of the South, and you've been at like some like South of Scotland teams like Heston Rovers and Dalbeattie Star, but in terms of the access you might have in the likes of Lothian, is it more difficult for young footballers?
I would say so. Yeah. I mean, if you look in Dumfries, you've got obviously Queen of the South. About 10 mile down the road, you've got Annan, and then apart from that, I think the closest professional setup's Carlisle United. So you look at the amount of boys' clubs to professional setups, and it's just outrageous compared to what there is up here. You've still got obviously a lot more boys' clubs, but the distance as well. Obviously, there's a professional team within 5 miles of your door, just about if you live anywhere in the Central Belt. Whereas in Dumfries, there's the one. I mean, we had boys coming all the way across from Stranraer and Cretan and Ayrshire, all the way down to Dumfries to play football. We even had boys coming through from Carlisle, even at 15s and 17s. So, I mean, Queen of the South really have a monopoly down there.
Yeah, yeah, and it's similar in if you look at maybe like the Highlands as well, like Elgin City and Inverness, they always seem to have the sort of best sort of youth
Yeah, it'll be
footballers.
the exact same up there. Yeah, it'll be the exact same.
Yep, and in terms of your time, obviously, as I mentioned, you've obviously been at the likes of Dalbeattie Star, and you obviously moved into sort of Edinburgh City, but this season you moved to Gala Fairydean Rovers, and you've been pretty much first team the whole season.
Yeah. I was quite fortunate in the off season to get the opportunity to come down to Gala, and it's worked out brilliant for me in terms of game time. I've played all but I think 2 games, maybe 3 this season, so it's been absolutely superb.
Yeah, yeah, and I've obviously spoken to a few of the Gala boys. I've spoke to Niall Kelly. You made it into the top 11 if I remember right. I know Niall was kind of moaning at me for not having him in it, but
Yeah, I did.
you managed to get in there obviously. And I spoke to Ching earlier, and obviously I spoke to the gaffer. But are you enjoying your time at Gala? Has it been I think the season's probably not been the best, but I think you guys have actually done fairly well.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, personally, my season at Gala has been brilliant. It's probably the best community setup that I've seen in a football club. It's like a family. It's the same faces in the background all the time. They are supportive and brilliant for us as players, and that reflects on the park. I mean, you look at the start of the season. I think um, Neil was maybe lucky to bring 2 or 3 boys through from last season, so it was virtually a full team building job for him. So, look, coming in, I never had very high hopes for at least the start of the season. I mean, I've seen team building jobs in the past, like at Edinburgh City, when only half a dozen of us were kept on and all that. But you look at the job that the players that he's brought in, and I know it took us a good few months to get going, but even up until now, it's almost like this is us really starting to reach our potential. We've just got better and better every month. So
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I did speak to the gaffer about that. Obviously, I did have my concerns with the club at the start of the season. From what I've heard, I think there was a lot of change going on, not just on the pitch, but obviously in the background. But you guys have, you've came on and you have got stronger. I mean, when I saw you sort of earlier in the season, I think you were still starting to gel. But when I saw you much more recently, I can't remember if it was against Shire or I'd seen you at down at the Netherdale against Kelty, and that was I know you weren't playing that game. I think Kit McRitchie was in goals, but you looked like a solid outfit basically.
Yeah, so all through the season we've had our moments. We've had some really good performances, sometimes off the back of really bad performances and vice versa. But I mean, what's kind of happened as the seasons went on is the ratio of good results to bad has definitely increased.
Yeah. And obviously, before all this, the talk was obviously the West of Scotland teams coming in. Is it something you're looking forward to in terms of maybe competition?
Yeah, it's really exciting when you look at the quality. I've got some of my good friends that play in West of Scotland and the junior teams over there, and some of the setups look absolutely tremendous. And even they say, well, it's a bit of a joke back and forth between us that they would beat us and we would beat them. So I think a lot of them would fancy themselves in the Lowland League.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I don't know. I know some of the sort of workings of what might happen. It's a wee bit up in the air, obviously, as you know, because of everything else that's going on in the world. But I'm really hoping that there will be a sort of cross league, cup competition. I think that would be really, really good for fans and obviously players as well.
Yeah, that would be really exciting. Some long distance away days.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll remind. Well, I used to sort of follow sort of junior football in the east, so I was going sometimes to the west, to the likes of Pollock and whatnot, and it was always quite exciting. And I can only imagine it would be the same as a player.
Oh yeah, brilliant! Yeah, even our wee Scottish Cup away day up at for Martin earlier this season was one of the best memories of the season.
Yeah, and well, I ask everyone this, Fraser, and I know you've probably been expecting it, but what do you think should happen if football can't continue? I know there's been, I ask everyone this, and there's a lot of opinions flying about, but I think the majority of the guys that I've spoke to obviously would like to see the season continue at some point down the line.
Absolutely. I know that we've played roughly 24, 25, 26 games across the league. So the seasons we're quite deep in to make it null and void. But obviously there's still a lot to play for at either end of the table. There's only a few points between Bonnyrigg and Kelty if you consider the games in hand, and Dobiti and Vale, and even Edinburgh Uni and Gretna aren't that far away from them. So there's a lot to play for in the Lowland League. Not so much in some of the other leagues, maybe in the professional leagues in Scotland and down south, but I would it's probably better for the majority of leagues to see it finished.
Yeah, I'm hoping that, but for myself, I just don't see it happening unless we're going, maybe into August or something like that, and maybe just play those games before the new season. I'm really not sure how it's going to work, Fraser, but it's a tough decision, I think, for anyone.
Yeah, I'm none the wiser either, and it could go anyway. To be honest, it doesn't seem like there's a best solution.
Yeah, you're gonna annoy someone, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever happens, you said that you were doing your uni work. What are you studying, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in my final year studying physical activity and health at Queen Margaret in Edinburgh.
Brilliant. Are you hoping to be what do you get with that? Like a PE teacher or a personal trainer or something like
that? Well, I'm already qualified as a personal trainer, but it's probably something that I'll maybe go into in future. But I've really not chosen. I'm quite open-minded towards what I'll be going into, so I'm not so sure yet.
Okay. That's good though, but are you a wee bit worried on that side? Have you been, advised on what's going to happen in terms of your uni work?
So all my presentations, I had about half and half essays and presentations. So all of them became essays. So the workloads went up overnight because it takes a lot longer to create an essay than it does to write up a presentation and go up and do it in 15 minutes. So yeah, it's kind of increased the workload, but it's just at the stage for me, it's my last year. I mean, it's not like they're going to just say come back in September, because obviously you need to have it finished by May, June at the very latest. So just trying to get on with it and not worry about it.
And I think that's the best thing to do at the moment, because obviously you do need distractions if you're not keeping yourself busy, obviously, and that's a thing for a lot of guys now. They're out of the routine of going to training and playing football, so anything to keep yourself going at the moment, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. My job's quite active as well, so I'm quite lucky in that respect that I can go into work, come home knackered, and just have a normal evening like I normally would. I think I would go insane stuck in the house for all but 1 hour every day.
I'll let you get on, mate, and I really appreciate you coming on, and
Thanks for having me.
Obviously wish you all the best with your uni work and your work and whatnot. I hope you stay safe.